It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Seahawks and the Bills, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. And we are underway in Buffalo. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this will go to Carson out wide. And some room to roam now. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat.
Well, partner, it's pretty simple. One thing you don't want to see defensively, on the very first snap of the game, some guy running free like we just saw there.
Heck of a start for this offense, no doubt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets it fly for Lockett. Tried to drop it in there, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. And the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. There aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30.
And partner, they're off the man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Throwing on first down is Allen. It's caught by Davis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for Raheem Mostert. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 78 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. And Breida is 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things. A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Personal foul.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty is going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Now it's Wilson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
Allen's throw here, taken in by Knox. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And that last throw, CD, going to move him even further up that all-time passing leaderboard as he just moved beyond Broadway Joe Namath at 27,663 yards. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Raheem Mostert with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. This one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A drive there in just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Seahawks take back over. The partner, just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season, the playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
On first down, it's Carson finding some room at midfield and all the way down to the 41-yard line. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. After one, a 14-3 ball game. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 39, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 20-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. He gets away from one, and he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 46 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Buying time to his left. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Carson. And Carson unable to make it to the yellow line as the defense bottles him up. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get him the football back. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
They'll roll him out right. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 85 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. CD, we've seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Pass on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Chris Carson trotting back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a first. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And meanwhile, Allen's throw going to be caught by Davis. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big gain there for the Bills. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked Picked off by Justin Lane. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
From the 35 on second down. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On third down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, is that interception? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain there for the Bills. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To the air, Allen. Past the 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's Allen to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Raheem Mostert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills will instill their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot, but nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs, so a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Eluding the pressure right. And Allen will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
No gain on the play there. Second down. And now they'll throw with Allen. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. Here's Allen. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Allen's throw is complete, and that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. Mostert. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They go back to Carson here on second. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Well, he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone. And
Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Looking at it from the defense's perspective, they could have really used the football to try to start eating into this deficit.
Yeah, because now possession's so crucial at this stage of the game. And when you've got an opportunity to hop on a turnover and you don't get it, you can feel the frustration all the way up here.
And the offense, they're living right now. Another bounce and break that goes their way. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And incomplete on the deep ball. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. On first down, Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. A.J. Epinesa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a throw here, hauled in, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. defensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Seahawks go for it, but can't convert. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Sermon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. Tyler Bass out for the Bills field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Bass is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That's on the guard, Cody Ford. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. On the handoff, Sermon. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league.